2, 1.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision's The Week That Was, covering the news and events for the week ending Friday, September 6th, 2019. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, this week marked the 30th anniversary of Chancellor Jack Hawkins Jr.'s arrival at Troy University. As the longest-serving chancellor for Troy, Hawkins has compiled plenty of accomplishments during his 3 decades. Brady Talbert has more.
There you go.
On September 1st, 1989, it was announced that Jack Hawkins would become the new leader of Troy State University. 30 years later, Chancellor Hawkins reflects on what has kept him here for 3 decades.
You know, when I arrived at Troy University, I was 44 years old and excited to be part of Troy. I had known about Troy, but I really didn't know a lot about Troy. And I suspect at that point in life, you don't view that as the final destination. But it's been a real privilege to be part of a university, and I think what has kept us here is just the culture of the university and the wonderful people we serve and the people we serve with.
In his 30 years, there have been many changes to campus, including one from the very early days that has shaped the overall look of the campus.
When I arrived in Troy, I was proud of the appearance of the campus, but I knew that there was almost an eclectic collection of buildings and almost reflective of different architects, different contractors, different administrations. The first thing that we did was to commission a set of standards by which we would renovate and build. And so everything since 1989, we followed the same roof style, the same color brick, the same color. Everything is consistent. I think as a result now of over 30 years of focus, we can be proud of the appearance of our campuses.
However, it is Troy's transition to Alabama's International University that Hawkins marks as one of his top achievements during his tenure.
One thing that we've been really very proud of is the cultural shift. We have transformed ourselves into an international university where we only had 40 international students when we arrived. Today we have 76, almost 80 countries represented in our student body. They come from all over the world and they bring so much here, and I think we're a better university as a result of it.
Brady Talbert, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University's Dothan campus unveiled a 14,000 square foot center specifically created to help educate the next generation of children and the educators that teach them. Coleman Hall opened its doors this week, and Carissa Justice was there to provide insight to what the facility offers.
7 years of planning and research came to fruition on Troy's Dothan campus Thursday as Coleman Hall, the new home to the Coleman Center for Early Learning and Family Enrichment, was dedicated and opened. A collaboration between the College of Education and the College of Health and Human Services, the Coleman Center will serve children ages 6 weeks through 4 years, helping educate them from an early age.
So today is about workforce development. It's about growth and prosperity for our community. And I could not find a better place to do this and partner. This is where innovative research and incredible quality teaching and training will be developed. This is where we'll train the teachers of the future in pre-K to 3 and also K-12.
In addition to serving children, the Coleman Center will also serve Troy's undergraduate and graduate students by allowing them to get hands-on training through laboratory and interactive opportunities.
You cannot beat that in any setting. When students have the opportunity to work and learn in the environment in which they hope to work, that's going to pay dividends immensely.
And Coleman says while this is the first building of its kind, he believes it won't be the last.
I envision this to be a facility that can be duplicated throughout the Troy system and frankly throughout the country. This is the first seed that's been planted. We want to nurture this and see this bloom. And my guess would be that the administration of Troy University will see the value, the foundation, and our Board of Trustees working together with government.
The Coleman Center will open its doors officially on September 9th and will remain open year-round, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. There are still spots available for anyone who is interested in registering their child. In Dothan, Carissa Justice, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Tuesday afternoon, Alabama residents had the chance to talk face-to-face with one of the men who represent them in the United States Senate as Doug Jones discussed issues of national significance at a town hall meeting in the Trojan Center ballrooms. Brady Talbert has that story.
County, particularly Troy, had the chance to let their voices be heard at the national level as Alabama Senator Doug Jones participated in a town hall meeting Tuesday on the Troy University campus. Alabamians voiced their questions and concerns on a wide range of issues, one topic of discussion being maternal health care, following statistics that some say display unfair treatment of black mothers and children.
Black women are 3 or 4 times more likely to die from a pregnancy than white women. We need to change that dynamic. We need to study that more. We need to get grant money to look at that. But there's a lot of things we can do, including expanding Medicaid.
Radiance Thomas was the town hall participant that asked about maternal health care after hearing of misjustice done to her family and medical institutions.
I just remember hearing stories about black women in my family and the lack of care that people received in the black community.
In addition to women's health care, Senator Jones also provided his perspective on gun control following last month's El Paso shooting.
You got to figure out a way to get guns out of the hands of people that are going to use them for bad purposes and keep them in the hands of people who are law-abiding citizens. Universal background checks, red flag laws, those are those narrow things that I think we can do to help reduce gun deaths. Is it going to stop every gun death in America? Absolutely not, but it starts.
LaShonda Spikner Martin rushed from her job in Montgomery to share her views on gun violence.
And I believe the changes start on the local level first,
in hopes of securing a better future for her children.
My concern is my 9-year-old and my 10-year-old that I have coming up that me and my husband are raising. Those are the issues that concerns me. Because 20 years ago, when I was half of 40, it wasn't as bad as it is now. When we're having issues in the community, not just with our children, but with everyone else's children as well, we're able to come together as a community to find solutions to help our youth before they run into anything that they don't need to get into.
We'll take a short break, but when we return, we'll take a look at the opening weekend of Trojan football. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Or at your kitchen table. Wherever you start, you'll be more than a student. You'll be part of the Troy family, armed with the education, values, and skills you need to succeed. Ready to lead today's global workforce. No challenge will feel impossible. No dream will be out of reach, because we will be with you all the way. Trojan Warriors, one and all.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
The Chip Lindsey era of Trojan football officially kicked off this past Saturday. Seth Carpenter shows us how the Trojans fared in their first season opener under Lindsey.
The Trojans were finally back in the vet on Saturday, and they didn't waste time getting things rolling, with Tyler Sumter making a field goal a minute and 20 seconds into the game. Then the Trojans would get the ball back, where Caleb Barker and Reggie Todd would hook up on a 61-yard pass for the first touchdown of the 2019 season to take a 10-0 lead. Campbell would come back to score a touchdown to make it 10-7, but before the first quarter was over, Barker would strike again for his second touchdown of the season, this time to Luke Whitmore, to make it a 17-7 score at the end of the first quarter. And right after Barker striked, lightning would strike and send the game into an hour delay. This made the game essentially have 2 halftimes, and head coach Chip Lindsey talked about the delay.
It's really odd, to be honest with you. Football is all about momentum, right, and rhythm, and even like playing offense. I mean, once you get a few completions and get going, you can kind of get in some tempo and so forth. And so it's really important that we try to make our guys understand that. And we talked about it. Hey, you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to, set your jaw and understand we're going to be here for a while. We don't know what the weather's going to do, and we got to want to win bad enough where that's important.
The Trojans seemed to take that message to heart as they would come back out after the delay to wrap up the game and finish with a score of 43-14, led by quarterback Caleb Barker, who threw for 282 yards and 2 touchdowns on the game. And Coach Lindsey said that he was efficient for his first time back after his injury.
Offensively, I thought Caleb Barker played really well for his first time back alive. Looks like he was 18 of 29, which is pretty good, pretty efficient, I thought. Took care of the ball, didn't put the ball in jeopardy a lot, threw a couple touchdowns. So really pleased with how he responded and came back his first time back playing.
And while Barker impacted the offense in a big way, Carlton Marshall had a big impact on the defensive side with a career-high 13 tackles. He talked about his mindset going into that game.
Don't be complacent, just take every game one game at a time. No game is more important than the next, so just play this game with 10 toes down and just get the win.
The Trojans will be back in the vet against Southern Miss in 2 weeks. Seth Carpenter, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
And before the big game, Trojan fans packed the vet for another reason, the first pep rally of the year. Stuart Bradley gives us a look at the rally.
The vet is alive with the sound of... Students piled into Veterans Memorial Stadium on Thursday for a pep rally ahead of the Trojans' first game versus Campbell. Put together by Troy's Student Government Association, the cheerleaders brought their spirit, the Sound of the South brought their music, and the fans brought their passion.
I think it was important for the students to channel into that Trojan spirit, that keeps us wanting to attend the university and coming out to student events like this and our football games every Saturday and our other sporting events. But I think it was also good for the players, for the football players to see that, their fan base is here, that they're being cheered on, and that they're definitely going to make an appearance on Saturday.
The pep rally began with the MC getting the crowd pumped up. After that, a couple of games, including trivia and a version of Minute to Win It. And then, with eager anticipation from the crowd, out came the Trojans. Chip Lindsey got on the microphone to say a few words.
We have the best fans in the Sun Belt Conference, without a doubt.
Then, a few words from the team captains.
I want y'all to just come out and have fun. Be loud on third downs, and we're going to have fun for y'all.
And then after that, it was high fives all around.
Enjoy how loud they've been and how they support us, and we just hope it continues. So I hope to see everybody back out here filled up to the top, screaming, doing the same thing they were doing.
So important to go out and appreciate their hard work and cheer them on, give them a extra confidence boost to help in the game, because I know that pays dividends in the long run.
As you can tell, this crowd behind me is hyped and ready for football this Saturday against Campbell. Reporting from Veterans Memorial Stadium, Stuart Bradley, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Troy University Student Government Association worked hard to get students excited and involved in the football opener. And as Austin Miner shows us, the SGA is working to keep that enthusiasm going.
SGA had a meeting Tuesday night after a long break to discuss ways to get more student involvement on campus and have even a bigger crowd at football games in the future.
I actually thought we had a really good crowd. Obviously, I always think that there's definitely room for improvement, but for the first game of the season and against a team like Campbell, I think we definitely had good support from the students.
SGA was impressed with how many students came out for the game and how many were cheering and keeping our guys ready to play.
Everywhere that I saw, everybody was getting into it. They were cheering on the Trojans. They were singing the fight song and really just out there supporting our guys for the team.
SGA wants the Troy students to be ready for when conference play starts so they can rock the vet.
So I really enjoyed the atmosphere. I hope we continue to come out and, if not, have an even better atmosphere at other games, especially when we play teams like South and App State.
Austin Miner, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll see how accounting students are starting the job hunt on campus. That's coming up right after this, so stay tuned.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Getting an opportunity to meet face-to-face with employers looking to hire is one that many students would like to be able to take advantage of. Well, once a year, the Sorrell College of Business opens its doors to accounting firms to give their accounting students that chance. Sam Granville has the story.
Welcome to Accountancy Day. The Sorrell College of Business hosted firms from all over to meet and speak with students and provide information on potential future job opportunities.
Well, every year we have the annual Accountancy Day. This is the 28th annual Accountancy Day for our School of Accountancy. It's kind of like the greatest celebration we have every year, or the biggest celebration we have every year to honor our students. We'll give away almost $30,000 in scholarships to our students and recognize all the sponsors of the program. Our sponsors are CPA firms, and what those firms do is provide internships for our students, which lead to full-time offers.
Accountancy Day has proven to be a success as previous students at Troy University now attend the event from the other side of the table.
Today is the accounting day here at Troy. When I was a student, I really enjoyed it. It's a great way to get to know the firms get to know you, hopefully end up with an internship, and then that internship turn into a job.
While the event is not mandatory to accounting students, the opportunity for potential connections should never be overlooked.
Be yourself. Go out there and meet the firms. It's like, if you're timid and you don't go out there and talk to people, it's not going to turn into an internship. So you just got to go out there, put yourself out there, go talk to people, and hopefully, get an internship.
The firms come here to see the students, not to see this beautiful building or not to interact with the faculty. They're coming here for one thing, and that is to honor these students, get to know these students, and hopefully have long-term relationships with them in the accounting world.
Sam Granville, Troy, TrojanVision News.
For many college students, things can get a little stressful worrying about keeping up grades and other day-to-day concerns. However, there's a group that can help, and on Wednesday, that group was in the Trojan Center getting students to color out the stigma surrounding mental health. Kendra's White has the story.
There are many things college students can struggle with. Here at Troy University, Trojan Outreach can help out.
And we know that our students come in, man, facing different problems like freshmen, sophomores, seniors, and juniors, man, it doesn't matter. And we all know, man, that we need a shoulder that we can lean on.
Wesley says they can always help in any way possible.
We might not have all the answers, but we have some important information that we give our students to help them with their journey along college.
For many college students, mental health and educating can be major issues. Here at Troy University, we have Trojan Outreach to lend a helping hand with those issues.
Trojan Outreach was a great opportunity for me not only to be involved on campus, but to help other students who are struggling. I know a lot of students struggle with their mental health or just the adjustment to college, and this was a great way for me to be able to help my fellow peers.
Wednesday's event is one of the many events Trojan Outreach has planned for this semester.
We have Project Semicolon, which will be another Hector Hut next Tuesday. We also have a social media event called Hang in There Trojans. If you can tag your Instagram and post a picture of you hanging out in a hammock, you have the opportunity to win some free Adidas gear from us.
Trojan Outreach looks to be a very beneficial outlet for all students here at Troy University. This is Kendra's White, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Students looking for career advice can simply stop by the Office of Career Services. However, starting this semester, students will have to go to a new location for that advice. Noah Peavy gives us a look at the new location.
The Career Center, originally located in Eldridge Hall 104, has changed locations, and with this change comes a new name.
We've always been a part of the Center for Student Success in Eldridge, but we actually had the opportunity to get a slightly larger space, and we're now kind of coining ourselves a career studio.
The studio is open regular business hours 8 to 5 and offers a variety of services and has fellow Trojans on hand to help you.
We have career peers that are trained up to review resumes, discuss interview questions, talk about career conversations, and that's why we moved, to have more space to have conversations with students.
With the move, the studio hopes they will be able to help more students and bring in more from all classifications, not just juniors and seniors, even underclassmen, and help them prepare from the start of their college career for the workforce. The studio also will host several events throughout the year, with their most successful being the Career Closet.
We have our Career Closet. That's been one of our most successful events. It's October 2nd from 10 to 2 in Bibb Graves. So it's on the 3rd floor, and students can come and actually pick out 3 free items that are professional dress.
In October, they will be having their Suit Up event for the 2nd time at JCPenney. Also in October is the All Majors Fair in Trojan Arena. You can follow them on all social medias at Troy U Career for more information on upcoming events and giveaways. For Troy Trojan Vision News, I'm Noah Peavy.
Are you interested in outer space and topics relating to the cosmos? Well, there's a piece of Troy University in Montgomery that might be able to help you out. Seth Carpenter gives us a look.
Some may know that there is a planetarium in Montgomery, and some may know that it is located across the street from Jackson Hospital. But it may not be known to some that the planetarium is run by Troy University.
So this planetarium was built in 1968 by the city of Montgomery, and then Troy University became involved in 1972.
Since becoming involved, Troy does everything but keep the building up.
Troy actually operates and manages the planetarium. The city maintains the building. So Troy does everything, all the nuts and bolts is what Troy does. The shows, gift shop, scheduling, everything to operate it and manage it is done by Troy.
And at the planetarium, you can see all types of shows and demonstrations for different people of all ages.
It depends on the age group, but we have a large catalog of probably 30 to 40 shows. And depending on the age group would depend on what type of show we would show them.
When driving past the planetarium, you may not think much of it, but behind those walls and that circular dome lays an immersive experience.
When you go into this auditorium where it's 360 degrees, it's fully immersive. It's 3D in the sense that you can go around a planet, you can go over a planet, under a planet. On the rocky planets, we can actually land on them.
The planetarium has shows for schools during the week before lunch and have public shows Monday through Thursday at 4 and Sundays at 2. And they even have a show where they play a laser light show of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. In Montgomery, reminding you to just... Seth Carpenter, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And it's time for our last break. When we return, we'll learn about Troy School of Nursing's 50th anniversary. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Troy School of Nursing is celebrating 50 years. We'll learn more about how the school is celebrating in this week's Trojan Talk. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Dr. Wade Forehand. He's director of the School of Nursing here at Troy University. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
And big year for the School of Nursing here at Troy University, celebrating 50 years of teaching nurses here. Tell us a little about just how you feel about this big moment in the history of the School of Nursing.
Certainly. Well, I can't be more excited. As you mentioned, this is the 50th year for our baccalaureate nursing program. So it means for the past 50 years, we've been putting out highly qualified, competent nurses that are not only impacting care here in our local community, state of Alabama, but across the nation as well.
And the nursing program at Troy is one that a lot of people are familiar with and know. And if you're in this area, if you've gone to a hospital in this area, there's a good chance that someone you've been in contact with has a connection to Troy. And I know that's got to be something that the program, the school is proud of the number of nurses that are out there working and helping the public.
Certainly, we're excited. It doesn't mean anything more than to see a face that's looking at you when you're at your sickest, your worst moment, and to know that it's a Trojan graduate, somebody that you know has been trained well, is prepared, and is going to be there providing the best care to you.
And the nursing program has gone through a number of changes over the years, including being the first program here at Troy to offer that doctoral level degree. And so what does that mean for a program at a university, I mean, anywhere, to be able to offer all 3 levels of education to anybody that's wanting to come and be a part of nursing?
So we're certainly proud of all of our programs, whether it's the baccalaureate, the associate, the master's, or the doctoral level. And what it means to students is they don't have to stop with their education. They don't have to go anywhere else. If they've enjoyed their experience, they know what they've been able to receive through their education at Troy, they just come right on back and go through our program. And it also means a lot to other communities, not only just to the state of Alabama, but we have students really across the 50 states that are looking for excellent programs, and the word's gotten out that we provide a great product and get a great experience for our students.
And it's one of those that obviously there are different campuses in Alabama, but there's an opportunity. This is one of those where students are going on all of the campuses for this, and this is an opportunity to be able to reach out to those communities and get people in the programs in those communities. So
certainly, so having an online presence, particularly in our graduate programs, is surmountable. It's huge. Students that don't have a school that's close to them. I mean, they want to continue their education, but there's nowhere that they can go in the local decent driving range. So they can come to Troy and complete their degree online.
And now, opportunity here to talk about some of the celebration that's going on, because you've just unveiled a new piece of equipment kind of in celebration of this 50th anniversary, and it's a state-of-the-art birthing simulator. Tell us a little about this this device and what it brings to the program.
So 2 things that we're very excited about is, one, we've renovated a new space in our building. It's called our new High Fidelity Simulation Suite. And it's got multiple beds, multiple level of simulation equipment that's there. So it provides a very realistic environment for our students. In addition to that, one of the nice and most exciting purchases that we've had recently was our new Sim Mom. So she's referred to as a high fidelity simulation piece of equipment, and she actually delivers an infant baby. So it gives students the opportunity to witness that entire process in a very safe and controlled environment for them to learn.
And why is that important to have that simulation there for a student here while they're learning?
So simulation is critical. Research shows that it's effective in the learning process. It's an excellent means to control the environment for students to be able to feel safe, to try different things as far as clinical judgments or clinical reasoning or critical thinking skills without actually harming or being afraid of basically messing up in front of the patient. So.
And there's a fun aspect to this new birthing simulator in the fact that folks can name the baby. So it's kind of a little competition there. Tell us about what you're doing there. So
part of the celebration that we're having with this new equipment, obviously it delivers an infant. So what we're asking is for any alumni, community, supporters, anybody that's interested that wants to take a piece of this history, to be a part of it, to go online to vote. We have a website that's set up. You can select the gender, whether you're selecting male or female. And with that, we also have a series of names that you can vote, and hopefully you'll be the one that wins.
And voting, how does that take place? There's kind of a financial element to that as well, right? That folks can help out. Tell us about that.
There is. We're asking for, with the vote, for $1.
Okay.
You get to cast your vote for male or female and select the name that you prefer, and that's done completely online, tax deductible through our foundation. All those funds are going to go right back into the nursing program to provide more take.
And where can they find that?
So that easiest way to locate it is on our School of Nursing website.
Okay.
Right there on the beginning of the page.
All right, and they can click that and help name the baby.
Yes, we appreciate
sounds fun, and I want to thank you for joining me today, and congratulations on 50 years.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's the week that was. To find out what's happening on a daily basis, you can tune into Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30 Monday through Friday. Follow us on Twitter at Troy TV News. Also, feel free to like our Troy TrojanVision News fan page on Facebook to see online content from Troy TrojanVision News. Until next time, have a good week.